Hey, welcome to About That Life podcast. I'm Coach C.Collins.
Coach MJ, GGT.
And we are here to talk to you about basketball life, and everything in between. Please feel free to go ahead and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Hit that like button for us, follow, share. One small click for you is a big help to us. We appreciate all those who have been supporting. Please continue that. Again, me and Mark and Ty, we trying to get back to it and keep this going on a consistent basis for you guys, doing our little side segments with obviously my Coach's Rise Time, where I just talk a little bit of coaching. I'm trying to get Mark to start his own little training side so he can start talking about a little bit of stories and things in training. So, we're just trying to do everything we can to, talk real talk to the basketball community. Obviously, there's a lot of platforms, but not a lot on that grassroots AAU level. So we just want to keep that going for you guys. Today, we have another guest. Very, very, very special guest. Very, very special guest. I've known this guy a few years now. Look at him like another little brother. He talked.
But I'm big bro because I beat you.
See,
here we go.
If we
One
go by coaching,
game.
I'm definitely big bro in the situation. I'm just saying.
I gave it about 20 seconds before he was going to start.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm undefeated. I haven't lost to you as a coach. So who's big bro? Who's little bro? We gotta figure this out.
I don't win all the time, contrary to what a lot of people think.
Yeah, the whole backs on the team and everything. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, never.
I had 20-year-olds.
I had 20-year-olds.
I played.
Fair enough. And then, biggest thing I also want to reiterate before we get into this man's bio and origin story, please go ahead and follow us on social media, on About That Life podcast on Instagram. Again, I have my own personal one, which is Hoopstar I Am. Mark has GGT. And Ty has, Ty videos, right? So either way, all those links will be on the description for the podcast and a link to this clown's social media's information as well. So
strive above others.
Yes, Mr. Strive above others. So please feel free to give us a shout out, DM us, hit us up, let us know what you think. So talking about Mr. Marcus Kirkland, let's get into a little bit of his background. He is the owner and founder of his own training program, Strive Above Others. So you can already tell the tone of this show is going to be a little bit on the trainer side. He coaches as well, but I shouldn't say a little bit, a lot more on the trainer side, a little bit more on the coaching side. So we're definitely going to get into that topic a lot, just from our three perspectives. We've also done some work together before on basically our own YouTube little special for a little while.
Basketball trainer's mentality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, if you guys want to check that out, maybe I'll connect a link to that as well. So if that's something you guys want to check out, that's kind of the precursor before this whole podcast and everything. So that should be some good stuff there. Speaking more on him, prior to starting Strive Above Others, his basketball background, went to Natomas High School, got an athletic scholarship to Simpson University. That's in Reading. Yep. He got a three-time varsity player, played in all 3 years of varsity, received MVP award sophomore year, then all-league his senior year. After he ended his high school career, he says, no offers, huh?
No offers.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Shit, we've all been there.
I was 5'7" on a good day.
All right. Then went to Sierra College, the tryout team, but you said the coach denied you, huh?
Yeah, didn't get to try out.
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody's got their journey.
Mm-hmm.
Still wanted to play, right? Train hard, like he says right here. He trained his ass off, put the work in. It's very fitting of the title of your company, Strive Above Others. I like that.
Workhorse. He's a workhorse.
Yeah, exactly. So, and he is, and we'll get more into that into the show. Said you started to contact college coaches, got a scholarship. Then from there, I guess the rest was history. Went so to say senior year, made the All-American team. All league. Sorry, and then after that, you decided to go into the training, and the rest is history, right? Yep. All right. Well, without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Strive Above Others, Marcus Kirkland.
There we go.
So let's get right to it. Let's get the rundown of who Mr. Strive Above Others is. So tell me about the start. tell me about the start of your training journey, and we'll go from there. But just go ahead. You can give us from your own words, a quick rundown.
Man, just, since I was a kid, I was having open runs at my house. You know what I mean? Just for real. My dad be like, just to be people in the front yard, have like 40, 50 people. You know what I mean? Fell in love with basketball. Big Kobe fan,
Hey.
And, started to play. Wasn't the best in high school. So just, kept working. When I graduated, like I said before, I was 5'7", probably 5'8". Hit my growth spurt super late, you know what I mean? And then from there, went to open gyms, started feeling, finding out about open gyms that they like schools have. And then once that happened, had my opportunity at Simpson and took it. It was the last scholarship. They have a JV team. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
they
some
put
colleges
me on
do.
That, and I was like, wait a minute.
Bethany did when I was there. They
so
had a JV
I was
team.
like, so we scrimmaged. I worked my way up, took 3 games, and I was back on the regular team, I guess. What the hell? Should have been here from the start. That got me messed up. Anyway, so, worked off from there. But then my junior year, I hurt my knee. And then the coaches was like, can you train the players and be a coach during I was hurt? So then that's how it kind of
Seeds were planted.
Sparked it.
Yeah, it kind of sparked it from there. And just from there, just played my senior year, got a little all-league. And I just already knew I wanted to be a trainer once I graduated. That's my whole plan was. And then got my business degree. Then boom, got my LLC now, and training ever since.
Nice, very good. So,
Thank you.
Also with that being said, especially obviously because a lot of people know you. Obviously, I think you have a really good following. Honestly, for me anyway, with you two, I feel you guys bridge gaps for me because I'm obviously older. You guys are kind of still in that youthful generational side, right? So I like seeing what you two do and kind of the pull you have with the younger guys. And when I mean younger, is between, let's say, 20 to 27. You know what I mean? That younger group, right? Because essentially, you obviously are a grown man, but you're on the different path, right? Yeah. So I've noticed coaching for you is kind of becoming a little bit of a secondary thing. You're working with the young kids and stuff, even when the stuff you were doing with Jerome, which we'll talk about more too. So how do you like that? I mean, because obviously being a trainer has its strength, pros and cons, and being a coach has its pros and cons. Trying to blend both, right? Because from watching you, especially with your younger group, a lot of the kids you coach, you train them too, right? Yeah. So, and especially when I'm looking at your social media, they're there every day working with you. So how have you bridged that gap?
I don't know. Just I think my personality. I don't know if it's a gap thing. Just continue to build relationships. You know what I mean? I met y'all, just off some basketball. Just you know what I mean, and going from there. And then as I got older, the people I was around start having kids. So now I'm training them, right? So, but I love coaching the younger kids. You know what I mean? I feel like with the high school, they got a lot of egos.
That's going,
They think they're better than what they are. You know what I
mean? Attitude.
And when you try to tell them, look, you got to work on this, and you know what I mean? They don't understand that. And I understand that. I knew I wasn't going to the NBA, but I wanted to go to college and get a scholarship. I don't care where it was because, you know what I mean, where I started to now, I think that's a great accomplishment in my opinion. I just think, with the high schools, it's kind of a false reality right now. Just because you play AAU don't mean you're going D1.
Well, again, AAU, as great as AAU basketball is, the reality is and I talked about this term with Nate last episode, for the most part it's become competitive rec. You know what I mean? All I can speak of is when I was playing AAU, right? And that was, 20 years ago. But when I was playing AAU, there was no D2 or D3 or D4, or there was no plastic bracket, bronze bracket. It was, these are the top guys in Oakland. Yeah. If you ain't with these guys, you shit out of luck. You know what I mean? But obviously because there's a couple of reasons, I believe. And if you guys, agree, disagree, what you voice your opinion. I just know, I think with the factor of money, right? The factor of the society shifting towards this, everybody gets a ribbon, right? Yeah. And 3, there are the good side of it that you want to give every kid an opportunity. That's when you started seeing AAU become a little more watered down. That's the best way I could put it. You know what I mean? Like you were just talking about earlier. You play your kids up just to sometimes get great competition because you don't know necessarily in your age group, are you playing the best of the best, you know, because it's an AAU team, right?
So what was happening was we was coming here or to Hardwood, Hardwood or Courtside.
Yeah.
And we would beat this, mind you, this team already came from, some of the players already came from a different team. So these guys are already good.
They're seasoned.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're ready to go. So we won like 7 straight tournaments. And, you know, I was like, this is not, I mean, it's cool to win. Let's not get it wrong. But let's challenge ourselves. So we played the Soldiers, like I told you guys earlier. Stockton and Sac Soldiers. We lost to both, but we got blew out the first game. We lost by 1 the second game. But I'd rather have games like that when they're getting challenged. 10U playing up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Playing up against whatever challenge that happens. I just feel like nowadays, if people hear LeBron and Kyrie are coming to the open gym, some people not coming.
Yeah.
They'll come to watch.
Right.
But they're not coming to play.
Right. Because
You know what I mean? And if they play, they gonna give them the respect. Ain't no, I'm gonna try to go out. Kyrie gonna cross me left and right. I'm gonna try to pick him up full court. You know what I mean? Just to show me, right? So I just think that, you know, this generation that, or whatever, this little new wave, their mentality is too friendly. You know what I mean? Instead of going at people, right? And it's crazy, like when people come to like the open gym, like Mark, though, I talk best off soon.
Yeah, I know. I'm
like, he can't guard me off the bat. It's gonna be whatever happens from there. Show me. You know what I mean? And some people can't take it. People would not, like, they look at me and they'd be like, why is he talking to me like this? I'm like, bro, wait, this is basketball.
It's just basketball.
Exactly.
You got to understand the difference, right?
Yeah.
So I've been trying to learn to kind of cool off sometimes. Like if I see y'all, I'm talking to y'all.
Of course,
As soon as I
we're
see
different. Yeah.
3 Braves, what you doing? Mark, what is you doing? You can't play. You better slide
Right,
them feet.
exactly.
But
Exactly.
I'm noticing with the younger cats, you got to be like, meet them first, and then slowly build it up. You can't come at them like they're gonna be like, well,
because it's just different. They can't understand that that's just basketball.
Yeah.
Well, for one of the things, you know, like I said with Marcus, why, you know, I feel like we have a relationship is, you know, a lot of people don't know, you know what I'm saying? I'm not from NorCal, you know, Chris, you're from Oakland, you're from Sac. I'm originally from San Diego. So when I first moved out here, you know what I'm saying? I live in Dixon, that's where my wife is from. I didn't know the area, so I knew that, okay, in order for me, where's the hoop at? I got to go to Sac. And I remember always driving to Sac. That's where I met Marcus. And one of the things why.
No, we did not meet in Sac. We met in Fairfield. I remember it like yesterday. Yes. I remember it like yesterday. It was in Fairfield at the YMC or the Croc.
Croc Center. Yeah. That's a whole different story from there because I remember why you came out there. But one of the reasons why, you know what I'm saying, I'm cool with Marcus is because he's competitive. I'm competitive. And so that's what, you know, he's like what he was just talking about where, you know, if he's talking trash, talking shit, most people are like looking at him like, who the fuck, or me, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, okay, I like you. You know what I'm saying? We always, and I feel like that's what our relationship has always been is we push each other because it's always that back and forth. Like, you know, if you talking shit, you know what I'm saying? Well, I got tape of me locking you up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we can keep.
But he lost though. That's the crazy part.
That's fine. That's
how you lose and still got tape. That don't make sense.
Hey, like I said, back in the day, I used to always bring. You know, he used to always say like, bro, you need to bring grown men, college pro guys. I would always bring my high school kids because I'm trying to get them ready
for this argument.
Oh, okay, here we go.
So if you got Kyrie and LeBron, you gonna bring some high schoolers to go meet them?
My, hey, but
I'm Kyrie from the start.
Hold on. Well, hey, but that's
coming at everybody.
Hey, but this is the thing, right? When you just like your conversation talking about AAU, right? You like to play your kids up high. Yeah. So my guys now.
No, that's different.
No, no. But that
let me tell you why it's different. Because now, if you look at my front line, come on, bro. 6'10", that's Phil. 6'8", that's Deshaun. Me, I'm 6'3" on a good day. Then you might have my brother or Jaron that's 6'6", 6'4".
Okay, and then so
now you can't bring 5'11", 5'7".
Wait a minute.
5'10", and think you
wait a minute. So
and then be like, well, I brought my young guys. That's on you.
No
one told you to bring the young guys.
Hey, but that's the thing for me is knowing that 3, 4, 5 years down the line with guys like MJ and Jaden are 21 and your guys are 34, 35 years old. What you gonna do now? So I was like, okay,
we gonna recruit some younger people.
Oh, okay.
This is good. No, that's great. I
But yeah,
love
but
that.
that's why, you know what I'm saying, I like Marcus is because we can talk like that, but then at the end of the day, we cool. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of motivates me to push myself. So, okay, you know what I'm saying, keep doing what I'm doing. And I know it does the same thing for him. So, like I said, when I first moved out here, I didn't know anybody. And he was the only one that he's, in a way, he kind of put me on with the area, you know what I'm saying, of who to know, who to watch out for.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? He
There's
was that
a
one
few.
because I didn't know that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so I give him credit because he was the only one who's actually ever reached out to me who wanted to work with me. You know what I'm saying? Of course, then I met you and I met Bracy.
Yeah.
But Marcus is the first person, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to GGT and me coming out here that he kind of, you know, helped me out when it comes to the area. So big shout out to Marcus for that. So
No, I just think that we got to stick together, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think we got to build each other up. But I also felt bad too because when we first met, I
Yeah,
was doing too much. I did extra.
At least you admit it.
I did way too much. I know I did, but it was a reason before it.
Right.
Look, if you call me out on Facebook and my mom and dad got to see that, it's personal. I had to come at them. I said, wait a minute.
So the story with that was
A player, a person came at. We had some back.
one
and
of my
forth
guys.
Okay.
on some social media.
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
and then he was like, we play here. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Drove all the way to
drive all the way to
Fairfield.
Fairfield.
That's dedication.
And then look. I waited for him too. Listen, I waited. They were on like a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Mind you, they had squad though. Y'all did have squad.
Yeah.
I didn't know people I was playing with. I brought one person with me.
Right.
So I was like, it is what it is. I was so mad. This dude said that on Facebook. I was like, if my mom seen that, that's not a good look. Okay, you got me arguing on Facebook. So then I just go crazy. That was probably the best I played in a minute. I did not miss.
Did you
And
end
then-
up playing against? Because I
Yeah,
remember
'cause
then
y'all
we were
trying
about
to
to
leave.
leave. Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, he didn't
I
want
said,
us.
I
He didn't let
came
us
for you
leave.
guys.
He did
And they
not
was
let us
looking at me
leave.
like, what? I was
Yeah,
like, 1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4. All y'all GGT, get on the court.
Yeah, he did. I remember.
Hey, I was hot.
That's great.
Hey, I did not miss a shot. Did not miss.
You
That was a good day.
you was killing the dude that
Hey,
you know
did
what I'm
not
saying
miss
called
a
you out.
shot.
He was focused.
Yeah,
I was a Mamba mentality. To
Bob,
the
it's
fullest.
Hey, bro, but he really drove. And the dude he brought, I don't know who you brought, but I don't even think he was hooping with us. But did he play? But all I know is that when he got on the court, like I said, we were about to leave. He drove all the way from, I don't know what the drive is from Sac to Fairfield.
Hey, but it was a
Yeah.
lot of. It was like a packed house. Though.
Nice.
It was a
Yeah.
packed house. It was. Then when we won, y'all. Then we kept winning, and we finally left. But it was definitely a good run.
The days when COVID wasn't a thing, right?
Yeah. For sure.
No, well, that's great. Well, that leads into the next thing. Like, you know, you're big on the community, very much like myself, very much like Mark. You know, I think I really feel like we're on the same destination, taking different roads, right?
Yeah.
But we're all in the sense just trying to help our immediate area. I love the stuff you do, like with the T-shirt giveaway stuff you do. You're very much, you use social media as a big advocate for yourself, like, you know, because that's one of the things, at least for me, I could say, just being older, especially seeing it. I love the ability to market yourself for free if you're willing to put in the work and learn, right? Like, obviously, outside of training, Mark's becoming a pretty damn good videographer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, outside of your training, you do community outreach and you try to do other little things to
Part-time comedian, too.
That
Tries to
too,
be.
exactly. Like, I mean, that's what I mean. That's what I love about this shift with social media. That's the pro side of it, right? A pro of it is anybody can become their own marketable person. And so, you know, where does that come from for you? I mean, everybody's motivation is different. I'm just curious, like, when you wake up out of bed and it's strive above others time, where does this come from for you?
Well, growing up, I wasn't the best players, but I was cool with everybody. And I seen one player who I believed had the best talent, and he played against Dame in high school. Dame dropped about 28 on him.
Okay.
But they were in the same slam dunk contest, and he ended up going a different route. He played at a JC level, but I think he could have went further. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He kind of stopped, right? So I was like, when I get older, I'm not going to make sure no one, like, if they need help, I'm going to try to help them do what I can. Mm-hmm. So just being positive, man. I think with our community, we could all attest to this. We kind of hate on each other and put each other down. And
in case people are wondering, we're talking the black community, like,
you know what I mean?
black
We
community.
we kind of go against each other so much. So it's like, let's just build each other up. You know what I mean? Like, I had people tell me, I had a coach tell me, yeah, you're not playing college basketball, so you might as well try to do something else. So I use that as motivation to
Right.
do it. But the reason why I do it, I love kids, love giving back, and I think if we all do that, we will be the reason why. You know what I mean? Like, we try to look and not talk politics. We're like, we need the right president. No, we need to help each other, because at the end of the day, they can only do so much. It comes with us to help each other, right? So I just gave out 100 shirts. I still got like 10 extra, like 2 X's in my car, but gave out most of them, right? And
But the good part is, not even just to cut you off, but I'm just saying, like, what I really like is you're willing to do that, right? Most people in that situation, because you have enough of a following for sure, where if you say, "Oh, I'm selling these shirts for $10 a piece or $20," people are gonna buy them just because you're your own market, but you're willing to just say, "No, I'm gonna buy these shirts. I'm gonna. This is something I care about. This is something I want to do." You know what I mean? I think that is a very, very noble thing that you do. You know what I mean?
yeah, I even so I told, like, this is weird, but I was like, God, if you put me in the right situation, I'm gonna make sure I give out these 100 shirts, right? So I get in the right situation, and I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. And then God did something else, was like, no, you have to, like, you know what I mean?
Nice.
And then you know, I also work, you know what I mean? I stopped working just to pay more focus to the community at the time. I think right now the community needs it. And, you know, I had people that I was working with like, why'd you stop? And I couldn't really answer it to them. It's like, you know, when God just tells you, you need to do something else, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was because my 10U team, just something just.
You following your
instincts. You know what I
instincts.
mean? Just
Yeah.
go with my instinct. Obviously, I'm going to go back to work, but I just need to be there for the kids right now and just be a positive. Because right now, all this negativity, you know what I mean?
2020 is
I
tough.
joke around a lot, but it's like,
2020 is
this
tough.
shit you know what I mean? It hits a little different from all aspects, from the who you gonna vote for, Black Lives Matter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then your COVID, you know what I mean? Kobe, then you had the Black Panther die. Like, I mean, then you got rappers dying left and right.
It's a rough
So,
year.
you know what I mean? I'm like, if least I could do is pass out some damn shirts. And
Right.
shout out to my friend Eric. He makes it happen for me too. You know what I mean? Make rush to order. I'm always late. But he had a rush to order, and you make that thing happen. I'm still not done though. I want to give out another 100. You know what I mean? I want to go to McDonald's, get like 100 cheeseburgers, pass it out to the
Hey,
homeless.
dude.
Hey,
Hey,
You know what I mean?
that's
Just,
great
just do
stuff.
things that just, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Just give back to the community, man.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
I don't got no, like, moving forward, man, I got no issues with no trainer, no AAU coach, no nobody. I'm focused on giving back and helping. If you're not on that right, then if you mad at me for doing that, then I don't know. I can't help you.
Well, I said it last episode, and I'm gonna keep reiterating it. 2021 needs to be about love. You know what I mean? 2020 was full of death and hate and division, right? That's just unfortunately what it was. 2021 needs to be the opposite. You know what I mean? Are we gonna run into hurdles up and down, you know, along the way? Absolutely, but I think I think the events like a George Floyd and those things. Not to get too deep into that rabbit hole, but I do think they have helped to bridge some gaps. I mean, if you want to talk about it even in the basketball world aspect, I saw an Instagram photo with Matt Barnes and Derek Fisher and their family
seen
all
that.
together. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess like Steve Jackson told him, or he said it on his show, like, you know, I'm trying to, these events have made me realize, because again, George Floyd was close with Steven Jackson, right? That was like his little bro. And so it made him say, like, man, life is too short. You know, we got to start making shit work. And if a situation that was as public as that, you know what I mean, can make you think.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with what you're saying. That's all.
And you know what? And, you know, when it comes to training world and, you know, all the trainers in SAC, I admire everybody, man.
Yeah.
Everybody brings something different
Exactly.
to the table. You know what I mean? Even if you don't got no history on it, I
Right.
still like know what he's trying to do something for the kids. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, it's obviously natural to become competitive, right?
Right. Because
You know
we're
what I
just
mean?
competitive by nature. I
But
mean, yeah.
at the same time, like, I like Mark Shorts. I like his shirts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
agree.
I like the way you coach. I like, you know what I mean? There's so much you could take from people.
Yeah.
And I think during right now, we got to figure out a way as trainers to get on, not even on the same page, but just, you know, when we see each other, have love for each other, talk each other up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so many trainers out here doing so many good things.
Share knowledge.
Yeah.
Share knowledge.
And well, that's what's going to lead to the next thing. I mean, what are some of the strengths and weaknesses you think in our training culture? You know what I mean? I know that's a broad question, but I'm just saying, like, we're trainers. We have enough of an insight ourselves and knowing and kind of observing other trainers, whether it be NBA guys, because I look at, you know, like NBA guys and what they're those trainers and what they do, like the guy who started I'm Possible. What's that guy's name?
I forgot. I know you're talking
But
about.
you
Michael
know what I'm talking
Lancaster.
about. Yeah,
Yeah,
Lancaster. I mean,
Lancaster.
I look at some of the stuff he does. You know, I look at I'm just trying to give an example of the top tier level to all the way down to, like, you know, the R level, like where you would call the grassroots level, right? Just with the little kids starting up. So I'm just saying, what do you think of some of the strengths and weaknesses in this training?
I think the strength is that more people want to do it, and that's a good thing. We can't knock nobody for wanting to do what they want to do.
Yep.
I think the bad thing is people think that, oh, I played here, so I'm a better trainer. No, that doesn't matter. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? This is a new slate.
Some
And
of the
no matter, and
greatest
let's not get it
coaches.
wrong.
Yeah.
It's a plus, though, if you play. Like, I definitely like Seals drills. Shout out to Seals. I like Ryan. Great trainers. Ryan, Seals. Who else we got out there?
You talking about from touch shooting, right?
Touch shooting. Shout out touch shooting. He can shoot the ball. That boy can shoot. He knows what he's doing. You got Sheed,
I did a splash for Ryan.
right? You got Sheed. He does a great job. You
Yeah.
have Jordan Ford, Issa. Who else you got on there? Noah Blackwell, right? And then to me, the best trainer of them all, to me, just is my opinion, Gus Armstead. He got everybody,
Oh yeah,
right?
but DT talked about
Right,
it.
he's up
Classic
there.
guys.
You know what I mean?
Legend.
Yeah.
And then if you want to add another person, Dave Ankrum. You know what I mean? He's
Dave,
another
yeah.
person avenue that gets those pro guys in there. And you got Evan out of here. What is his?
Yeah, every rep counts.
Every rep counts. He's doing his thing. Coach Tech. You want to get the
Coach Tech
fundamentals
trainer,
down.
yep.
You know what I mean? Derek is a trainer, so
Yeah.
Derek does his thing.
Yeah.
TJ trains. You know what I mean? The list goes on and on. All these guys, and then Sam's a great AD, True Handles,
Yep.
Trev. They're all good trainers. So when I look at everybody, I'm happy for what they do. I have no hate for what anybody does. And I think the negative thing is people do have hate on each other because person might get this player or that player. Man, it doesn't matter. Let's get all these kids out. Let's get all these kids scholarship. Let's get all these kids to the next level. Let's help kids, right? We were just talking about, there's a kid that I train, Zion, and I think you're the right fit for him, right?
Yeah.
He's
coaching, for sure.
Coaching, he needs that. He needs someone like that. Me, I'm not a person that's going to be on you that much. I'm more laid back. You're going to be on him. That's what these kids need. So, right? So, say if he said he want to stop training with me today and want to train with you, I would get it. I understand. He needs someone to be on him left and right. You know what I mean? So, man, it's just, we got to just uplift each other, support each other. Obviously, business-wise, we're not always going to come to the right terms. We might see things different.
Yeah.
I see it as if we had $100, you know what I mean? We all 50, it goes down the middle. Some people don't see it like that. That's why it doesn't work out. But that's understandable. And that's it, man. We just gotta just support each other, man. That's the main thing.
I think too, when, like you were saying, Chris, when it comes to the training world, you know, when it comes to the strengths and the weaknesses, for me, you know what I'm saying, like all those guys you named out, like I said, I'm still new to the area in a way, and you know, I'm learning the names of who's making an impact and who's the best at their craft when it comes to everything. And to me, what I've kind of noticed, you know, especially in the area that I stay at, Solano, Yolo area, because you know, you don't have that really.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of what helps me because, you know what I'm saying, besides Bracy, you know what I'm saying, I don't know about anybody else really, you know what I'm saying? But what I've learned is that there's a lot of trainers, right, who do it for more of the money, you know what I'm saying? They'll just get a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying? And yes, that could probably make an impact in a way, but a lot of those guys that you were naming, Marcus, what, you know, because I'm a person, you know, I study everybody, you know what I'm saying, is that the trainers who build relationships with their players. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that if you got over 300 kids, 200 kids. But when you kind of narrow it down and you build relationships with players and their families, that's where you get the results. To me, that's what I've learned. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like it's more than just basketball. You don't talk basketball. You know, if a kid is, you know, depressed or going through it mentally or anything like that, because you have that relationship with them, they're going to open up more. And I feel like that's what makes a great trainer, is when you're able to not talk basketball and you're able to tell them, all right, man, like what do we need to do to get your mind right? What do you need to do to be a dog? Like, what is it? You know, where most kids, they won't they're not going to talk to you if you don't know them like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so I feel like, with you, I know you definitely do that because you train and you coach. You know what I'm saying? I've been sending some kids your way.
Yeah.
Where
Absolutely.
I believe it's a good balance because how I am, you know what I'm saying? I'm like in between how you two are. You know what I'm saying? We're okay, I keep it 100, but at the same time, I'm kind of a little laid back too. But yes, I have some fire where I know at the end of the day, some of the kids that I'm sending to you, like,
I'm the extreme.
yeah, and they need that, you know what I'm saying? Because I've kind of we've been talking, you've been training, and I've been kind of prepping you mentally. All right, let me show you what, you know what I'm saying? Let me see if you can do this, you know what I'm saying, with this type of coach at this type of level, you know what I'm saying? And to me it helps, and even you know what I'm saying, Trey, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Trey, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that I've worked with, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that bad background and came out of nowhere, and now, you know what I'm saying, he's playing college basketball to where, you know what I'm saying, I was working with him. He used to even live with me to now where, because he lives in Sac and everything, you've been working with him, and I see such a big improvement, you know what I'm saying, to where he don't got to drive an hour all the way to go see me, where he's comfortable enough to go to you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy that, he's able to go to you. So that's something that, because of the relationships that we built, I have a relationship with you.
And then I seen that, right?
Yep.
So when he came to me, I called him.
Yeah.
Hey, Trey wants to work out with me. That's another thing I think that needs to be happening. Hey, so-and-so wants to work
More
out
dialogue
with me.
between
Yeah,
trainers.
so just talking and understanding.
I agree.
For example, my girlfriend's little brother is like, that's like my son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Keegan died, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we get into a point where we like brothers, right? So we kind of start to clash a little bit. I seen it coming.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, Zach, train him. Oh, he go train with Ryan. Go train. He don't gotta. I don't have all the answers in the
Right.
world. I don't know why
Absolutely.
some people think we do not. Not one person has all the answers.
Right.
You could go to each trainer that I list off, and there's more of them. But you go to each one, they're all gonna bring something
They all
different.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
And like you said, there is no. When we joke about this, talking about, but like you said, there's no key to Sacramento.
There's no.
There's nobody walking around with a crown saying, "Yeah, I run all this." Like, then no. One thing a coach said to me one time, and I repeat it all the time myself. AAU coach I met when I was in Portland. Thought it was really just a really cool perspective because it's actually very accurate. No matter how many AAU teams, no matter how many trainers, there's always more kids. There's always more kids than teams and trainers.
Yeah.
No matter, and think about it, like you said, all the names you listed, but I know my clientele list is pretty big, and I see your clientele list and who you work with is pretty big, and same with you. There's always more kids than trainers and teams. And I feel if we keep that in perspective, then people could worry less about the who's the top dog. You know what I mean? Like, always try. That's why I always try to always try to remember that. It doesn't matter, what level the kid is on or what level the person you train is on, because there's like 30 others. You know what I mean? There's and one of them might emerge as the next, top kid or the top, So I don't know that. And when he told me that, I thought that was really cool and profound. So I always keep that in mind. Like, doesn't matter how many. If a kid stops training with me and goes somewhere else, that's cool. If he's getting what he needs and he's happy, that's cool, because there's going to be 10 others that walk through that door.
Next one up.
Not because I'm just an amazing trainer, just because there's always more kids than trainers. It's just the numbers.
I just wish there was a way we all could work together.
No, I agree.
I wish there was, because if we could, man, we can together. We are going to be, you know what I mean? We would be it. We would be that thing. We're working together. But I understand people have different views and different ways they do things. But that would be my vision if we all work together.
Yeah, I agree.
Can you imagine that? That would be like we would all have all the kids.
Yeah,
all of us training.
Trust me, I agree with you. So, I wanted to get into you have a good presence in the SAC community. You have a good presence in the training community. Period. The basketball community. What motivates Strive Above Others? I mean, that alarm goes off at 5 a.m. I know you were balanced. Basically, for you balance work, working out yourself, right? Keeping yourself in shape, because one thing I think we try to do as former athletes and even trainers, right? We want to keep ourselves in some sort of physical shape, right? Because you know, you wouldn't go to a dentist with no teeth. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to, you know, tell a kid, hey, do this, and you can't do it yourself. You know what I mean? Unless you're OG. If you're OG, that's a whole nother level, right? But you know, what helps you get up every day? You know what I mean?
Man, honestly, man, 2021, I need a house and a car.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
That's, I mean,
I'm trying to buy a house myself, so ain't nothing wrong with that if that's the
family, right?
motivation.
You know what I mean? And a lot of things I learned kind of late. The LLC, I just got that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm about the nonprofit. That's next. So that's the stuff that motivates me to build off. When I look back and I have my own kid and he's like, what did you know what I mean?
Like, this
I
is
want to be able to list some stuff. I want to be, you know what I mean? So that's what motivates me for my future, right?
Like that.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about you and Jerome, because, you know, shout out to Jerome. I know you guys are, you know, real cool. That's
my brother. For
yeah,
sure.
exactly. And I like what he's done over the years too. And I just feel like you guys have a unique perspective because he's worked with NBA players, obviously, and works in that community and has gotten NBA players to help with the AAU side of things. What was that experience like?
Great.
Okay.
One of the best experiences I ever had in my life, man. Rome came and he helped me take things to the next level, man. That's my brother for sure. And I mean, experiences. I mean, who can have Willie Cauley-Stein show up to your practice with the kids?
Dope.
Yeah, I remember that. I walked by when I saw that.
He is about the kids, man. Like, you know what I mean? And had let Keegan meet De'Aaron Fox, you know what I mean? And
That's
just
sick.
the stuff that he does for the community is he don't like people talking about it. That's my bro. He likes
But that's
to be
why I felt I wanted to talk
on
about
the
it, because
low,
I think
but-
Jerome does a lot of good. So
but-
just so you, unless you, I don't think he's met Jerome. Probably not.
I don't think so.
But Jerome works like security for NBA players and stuff. Like that's
Wow.
his, you know, he protects
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he
That's it.
he has a really good relationship with Willie Cauley-Stein, and him and Marcus are really close, and they basically use their platform, and Willie Cauley-Stein helped sponsor their AAU teams when they were doing high school level. So I just thought that was really cool and something I wanted to bring up for sure.
Yeah, but like looking back at it, you know, with this COVID stuff and looking back how much he helped these kids, man, is a blessing for sure. So that's my brother. And yeah, we still gonna continue to do it because he got a young one coming, JoJo.
Yeah.
So when JoJo comes, we're gonna get it back going. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
What's the end game goals, right? What's the 5-10 year plan? Where do you see yourself in this basketball community and
Big
just for
picture.
yourself in general?
Man, like I told you, I want to give back to the homeless. I'm using basketball as the platform now. Getting into boxing a little bit.
I see that.
So just using the sports as the platform and then just giving back to many people I can. Giving back, and that's it. At first, when I first started, to be honest, it was, train an NBA player, do this, do that.
Right.
Right, but then you
You
start
learn-
to see
yeah, you learn, like,
everybody
it's not-
doing that.
yeah.
You're like, man, look, he gonna do one video with me and it's gonna be a wrap. Let's not get it wrong. I still will train somebody, but at the end of the day, that is not the. I'm like, man, that's just. I don't want to have to chase nobody. I want to make sure one of these become the Kyrie,
Right.
Right. If not,
I mean, again, if you're lucky enough, because I've had a conversation with Tet about this too, and it's like if you're lucky enough to where you coach a kid, train a kid, he becomes a pro. You know, more power to you. Like, it happens. You know what I mean? I think on my 16U team, I think on my 17U team, I got some kids that are all going to be great collegiate athletes. You know what I mean? If one of them happened to go pro, hey, great job. But, yeah, I feel like most trainers, especially the trainers that are in it for strictly the money, right, they're banking on that. You know what I mean? That's like they're in focus, and I think you set yourself up for a lot of disappointment when you go that route, because the reality, we know the percentages, we know the numbers. It's not realistic. Like I said, when we talked about with Nate last time, we had Felicio in our club. It wasn't planned. We just happened to get Felicio in our club, and he went and played for the Bulls. I mean, that's got a $50 million contract. Like, it wasn't like we said, oh yeah, we know this kid. Like, nah, Nate happened to coach him, has a great relationship with him, and he's a part of YBA.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I feel like this is the thing to me, and you guys can speak on this a little bit too. You know, I think whether a kid is playing high school ball, middle school ball, AAU, whatever, they all still need good coaching. They all still need good training. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they decide at whatever juncture they want to stop, whatever, that's on them, you know, and you try to help them through that process. But even the kid that might be the, 14th guy on the bench at varsity in high school doesn't mean he's less valid because he's not a starter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He still needs a good coach. He still needs a good trainer. And those are kind of, I guess, for me, the kids that I think about. You know what I mean? Because I've been in that situation. You know what I mean? When I first got my pro contract or whatever for the ABA, I had to start over. You know what I mean? I had to really prove myself in the ABA of all places. But it's like, I had to really start from the ground up. So I always think about being that kid, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is my motivation for it all.
Yeah, and me and Mark used to talk about this. I want to set a platform somehow because not everybody going to the NBA. We all know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like some people can go to the Philippines, go Finland, go.
Absolutely.
So if we can somehow get that connect better,
Absolutely.
I think that would be something I would want to do to help these young men at the time get there. Because I think, when you graduate college, you get to the point where like, damn, what's next?
Yeah.
Right? Because then you try to go, but you don't like, you know somebody? Like, no, I don't know nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you should be playing pro. Like, well, damn, how do I get there, right?
Yeah.
So I wish that was a better avenue
That's
for people.
that's where agents take advantage, right? Because that's a niche that hasn't been tapped into yet. You know what I mean? Agents are kind of the gatekeepers of those overseas programs and those and getting you overseas, right? Typically. But there's no like free agency, you know what I mean? You got to pay them and they're going to take a percentage of your money, all that bullshit. If we could find a way to tap into that free market, that would. But of course, agents would be pissed, and because think about it, a great example of it is, remember what's I'm thinking this boy's name, LeBron James' agent.
That's
I can't think his name.
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul, right? Yeah. Remember the NCAA all of a sudden made a requirement for you to have a BA degree and all this stuff because Rich Paul broke the formula. He said, I don't have no fucking college background. I don't have but I network my ass off. Yeah. I talk to people, and I know how to get these athletes to the NBA.
And that's this new generation, too. That's what you need, connection. That's why I'm always talking. I mean, That's how I met y'all. Just connect. You better connect.
Yeah.
I know everybody in the basketball world. Like, people will call me like, hey, how's it? I'm like, hey, I know him. He's good, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Because you have to connect now. It's not about who you know, not what you know or what you did. But I do want to go back and get my master's.
Yeah.
If it wasn't so damn expensive. God damn, that shit is expensive.
You thought college got cheaper as you graduated?
I'm
Fuck
like,
no.
They say get your education, but that's as expensive.
Yeah, it is. Exactly.
Dang, they hit the bank account a little different.
You're right.
I did one semester.
Well,
I got that check. I said, "Oh, no, you guys could keep that." That's what I mean. I wish we promote that more as trainers too. Instead of going to the league, let's go get your master's.
Right. I agree.
You know what I mean?
agree. My mom's getting on my case to get my master's. I was like, Mom, I'm done with school. I don't want to go back.
I want to go back, man. If it was free, I would be there.
For real.
I would be getting my master's. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do before time's up. Go get my master's.
All right, well, switching gears, let's talk about the NBA. Let's talk about a couple little things.
Yeah, I was saying, Lakers going back to back. We're going back to back. Drake said it first. Drake said it first.
I am definitely outnumbered today. Definitely outnumbered.
Don't let us get that boy from the Spurs. It's really a wrap.
DeMar.
Who's your team before we get to talking?
The Warriors.
Okay,
the
you
Warriors.
guys on hush mode.
No.
I haven't seen one Warrior fan step up.
I'm a legit Warriors fan. We talked about this. We talked about this. I'm a legit Warriors fan.
Where are the fans? Can we find them? You're going to hear me talk all day, every day. There's one thing you ain't going to say. Marcus ain't. No, I say we're going to win it every year. And we do it most of the time. Okay, since 2000, you know how many times we've been there? Don't got to count, do you? Been there more than you. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And all I'm saying is this.
Right.
We going back to back.
Okay.
Hey.
AD, LeBron, you can't beat that. That's bars right there. I didn't even mean to rhyme. I dropped dimes. That's bars.
We going for 18. We going for 18.
Don't let it. Hey, if that boy from the Spurs comes over, it is a wrap.
Okay.
Because you tell me LeBron gets to rest a little bit?
Maybe. My Warriors have a lot of moves they can make, and they're a great franchise.
Okay.
They don't act like they're not.
Wait, Mark, who do we just pick up?
What?
Who we just
We
picked
got
up?
Schroeder.
Yeah.
Schroeder's gonna. I'm not saying lock. He ain't gonna lock Steph Curry, but he gonna harass the hell out of him. And then we got Avery Bradley too.
Right.
Let's not forget we have Avery Bradley.
I'm not actually, but he's too short to guard Clay.
Okay, listen, we're not talking about just height. We're trying to be. We got to be pests. We got to be a pest. Okay. I'm telling you.
But we have a lot of salary cap room. We have movable pieces.
Yeah.
We have.
I'm scared. I'm not saying I'm not scared.
Okay.
I respect it. I know y'all coming. I just don't know when it's coming. Hey, but we get DeMar DeRozan,
Right.
it's a wrap.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That is
Because
tough.
then,
DeMar
because you
DeRozan
guys
and the
don't
Lakers,
got.
that's tough.
Y'all don't got Iggy.
Nah,
So
we
you
don't
guys
have great
'cause
role players
Draymond
like we did.
Green has to pick.
But-
Either he got to guard LeBron or AD.
But we did have, but a good part of the kind of the good side effect of all our guys, main guys being injured and shit. Those young players got a lot of experience and
we
a
ain't
lot
talking
of
about the
playing
young
time.
players, bro. We
But
ain't
I'm
talking
just,
about them.
it plays a
If they not
factor.
AD or LeBron.
We have
don't
enough
wanna
room to
talk
get
about them.
one other star, and it's not like the Warriors
We got
ain't in the
Alex
Billing
Caruso
franchise.
too. Don't let Caruso sleep on you. Don't let him sleep. And Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. Want me to keep listing them? I can
Dwight
keep
ain't
going.
coming back.
Hey,
Yeah.
but we
Don't.
definitely got to talk about if this fucking happens.
What's up?
Harden to the Nets. They've been talking about it.
Well, the whole
Hey,
we got to talk
Montana
about.
said it best. I ain't worried about nothing.
We got to talk about the whole blow up of it because Russ wants out.
Yup.
That's rumor,
Yup.
right? Russ wants out.
Where he
So
gonna go? I was
allegedly,
like-
Clippers. He talking about he want to come back home to the Clippers.
allegedly,
Yeah.
right?
Him and Kawhi, that's not gonna work.
Well, that's what everybody's
Because
saying.
They were
when
talking about him and Paul
listen,
George.
when has Westbrook worked out with anybody? I'm just saying, I'm a
mean,
Westbrook
yeah.
fan, but they don't win.
And I think everybody's a fan of him, but that's kind of the problem. He's about him.
Let's
you
not
know
get it
what I
wrong.
mean?
He is a bucket, but I
He
don't know
is.
what happens in the playoffs. So
It's you got to adjust your game. The problem, at least for me, if I'm looking at it with my coach's hat on, the problem with the Westbrook is he only knows one way to play,
absolutely,
and you have to, for the top players to remain the top, they have to grow their game. For
sure.
Look at it. Look at it. Iguodala. Iguodala's a great
Nope.
example.
We're gonna look at Rondo.
Well,
Rondo
Rondo,
right there. That's
yeah.
a perfect example.
He grew his game.
He's a Hall of Famer. I don't care what y'all
For
say.
sure. Oh, yeah. He
Well,
definitely.
Bubble Rondo could shoot threes for some reason.
Yeah, he was hitting.
Bubble Rondo
he was
could shoot
hitting.
Hey,
threes.
he was man. And you know what? He got to get in. He got to get in the hall. They got to figure it out, man.
He's going to get in.
But but do you think Houston's gonna just blow it all up? Just hey, West,
Yeah. They
gotta
West
start
by,
over.
Harden by.
After
and-
Morey left,
Yep.
Morey went to I think he went to the 76ers.
Mhm.
That's when everything, and then D'Antoni's also with the Nets, so they don't got their coach no more. You know what I'm saying? So Houston is just they're falling apart right now.
But I don't see Kyrie and KD and James Harden working out. But
I
if
don't
they
know.
do,
Who
though,
knows?
Who
If
knows?
they do, this is a problem.
Everybody was low key kind of saying that with Curry and KD and Clay
Yeah.
when that happened.
They
you
said
know,
that
and
there's not going to be enough basketballs to
Yeah.
go around, and everybody
So-
sacrificed. But
That is
again, I'm just saying it's possible, right? It is possible. But yes, you do have the right. You do have to have the right kind of personalities. And to me, Kyrie seems to be. At least my experience from watching him with LeBron, he can accept being a number two, but he doesn't like being a number two. But
Yeah.
his experience in Boston being a number one and
didn't
it
work
not
out.
working out might have enlightened him. You know what I mean? To say, you know what, I'm okay with this spot. You know what I mean?
What I was thinking too, I was like, if they make that James Harden move to the Nets, the Lakers got to make that move with the Spurs, because I
Yeah.
think they're trying to
Have
figure
to.
out. They're saying, okay, we want Kuz, but if something happens, we got to let him go. We got to.
Hey, but with the NBA, because remember they was even talking about Chris Paul earlier. I feel like we hear about DeRozan. We was hearing about Chris Paul. Knowing how the NBA is, something's gonna happen that we don't even know about. Where we're like, what? The Lakers got him?
Yeah.
Oh, what? The Nets got him? So we're talking about Harden and DeRozan. I did not know KD was gonna go to the Warriors when that happened.
Yeah. I don't
So
think anybody did.
who knows what's happening? I didn't
This
know Paul
might-
George was gonna go to the
This might
Clippers.
sound crazy
Yeah.
though. I'm about to say something crazy.
What?
But the NBA, anything can happen.
You're right.
So
You're right.
if Kuz, we thought JaVale, I hate to do it, Alex Caruso, can James Harden come to LA? Lakers.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anything is possible.
You throw enough pieces, who knows, man? Who knows? So I mean, that'll be interesting. Danny Green's out, right? I don't know if that
Yeah.
makes even an impact, but
I
know.
mean, no, Danny Green did.
And he's a solid player. He's been a solid player his whole career.
3 and
So
D.
it's
He
not-
did good, but that shot just I think that,
that
hurt
hurt
the
him.
Laker Nation a little different.
That hurt him. Yeah.
Even-
Well, I think that's why him and Kuz are on the trading block because they were so inconsistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, they got the ring, but they're looking back at us. Okay, if we're back in the playoffs, they weren't consistent.
Well,
So-
if you're a great franchise, that's how you have to look at things.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
say, okay, yes, we won, but
yeah.
there's always flaws, right? And if you're a great franchise, you're going to take a look. So, and the Lakers clearly are. So, there's no doubt about that.
But I do think they're gonna make a move. I don't know which move they're
They
gonna
have to.
make.
It'll be fun to see. Like I said,
Because
these storylines.
The Warriors, we're sleeping on. I forgot y'all got Wiggins.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
he's a
I
tradable piece
forgot.
too.
Y'all
He's a
got
tradable
Wiggins.
piece too.
So y'all, and then you got the first pick or second?
Second,
Second pick.
I might get Wiseman. I've been hearing a lot about Wiseman.
You think Ball going first?
LaMelo.
Oh, let's talk about that. If Ball goes first, it was
Minnesota.
his dad right?
But I don't.
Who, LeVar? LeVar is a genius. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't think LaMelo's gonna go first. My
Well, even top
medicine,
five. He
but-
was saying my boys are this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he goes because he's legit. He's a legit
Right.
6'7", 6'7.5". He's without shoes. He's really like a legit
For
6'7".
for them to
That's
even,
a Sean Livingston type guard.
Yeah, for them to even be at this point where you had your son go number 2, your son is potentially, they're talking about him going number 1, and the third one everybody was talking shit about is in the G League. How many people are even in the G League? And you got the third son in the G League. I truly believe one day all 3 of them is going to play on the same
At
team.
first, I
That's what
didn't
believe.
remember we talked. I was like, I don't know.
I
Now I think
told you.
if he
Watch.
gets in,
Yeah.
the second one, they're gonna be like, know what? Let's get the third one up in here and
Yup.
see what they could do.
Yup.
Same thing that they did in high
Yup.
school.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why not?
Exactly.
It just depends. It depends
And
on the
then
franchise.
Listen, if I'm a low market team,
Well, yeah, that's
not
what I was saying.
like
If
the
you're a low market team,
Kings,
or even the Suns. I mean, well,
Suns,
yeah, like if you can
Knicks,
get, if you can get
who else?
fans in the stadium, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean,
LeVar said all 3 going to go back to the Lakers one day.
Well,
I believe him. I believe him because everything he says, man, is happening.
I don't know if you can call that belief. That
I
sounds
don't
more like
know,
that
man.
sounds
That
more
one's
like a
tough.
dream.
LeBron ain't going to be on the Lakers forever, man. I don't
know.
know.
True.
so I'm trying to figure out what they're gonna do. They're gonna. Would you give AD 5 years?
Hell yeah. Hell
Give him the
yeah.
5.
That's your big man for the future.
Give LeBron how many? He gonna probably do 3 in the hop out year.
I think LeBron's going to play till he's 40. He's going to try to break every record because that's what he has to do. 'Cause, I mean, unless he catches 6, which is very also possible. I mean, I don't know, but LeBron's going to have to break every record. He's going to have to break Kareem's record. He's going to have to at least get to 5 rings. And he's already won 3 championships for 3 different cities. So that already, you already know, there's a lot of people already says he's the GOAT. But for me, as a Kobe fan, as a Jordan guy, he's going to have to break every record and get a couple more rings.
Whoa. So you hold on. Let's talk about it. I already know you a Jordan fan. I can see it right now. You old school. Yeah, I can see it. Back in my day, Jordan was the man. He ain't never lose. I can already see it. So let's talk
Oh, he
about
lost.
it. So people don't understand. LeBron is still going. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So if he becomes number 1 on the scoring, and then in assist and rebounds, he's like
Like top 5.
Yeah, he's
top
in
10.
there. He's in there, right? And then let's say, I don't know if he'll get 6, but say he gets 5. 'Cause I believe he's going back to back. I don't know if he's going to get a 3-peat. So he gets 5 rings. And then let's not forget, he's going to go back and go get that gold medal. So then he'll have 3 gold medals. I mean, he's just throwing the accolades, right?
Yeah.
Then he's going to be an all-star every year from here on.
He did
no
beat the
matter what.
Warriors when they were down 3-1. They were 72.
And had the best team ever.
70 yeah.
It's
I just don't get how you can go against that. And if you look
That's
at
tough.
his stats, like,
Tough.
let's not get it wrong. When I looked at Jordan's, I was like, damn, he damn near averaged, like, he was
He averaged
killing.
30 for his
Yeah.
whole
Yeah,
career.
he was killing, right? But when you look at LeBron, he averaged triple-double damn near every year. How do you? And he goes to the finals how many times?
Like 9, 10 straight.
This is, and again, I don't disagree with you. I believe in the argument. Let me put it like that. My side is still Jordan, but I believe in the argument of LeBron. I do agree with the argument. This is where I would say is the, and again, maybe it's just because I went to school for this, so maybe that's where it skews my judgment. Is there's a lot to be said about the advancement of sports science.
True.
The knowledge of the human body, the knowledge of anatomy, the knowledge of how to take care of your body, and it really just being public knowledge out there like that was not as advocated for in Jordan's errors from the 80s to 90s. They don't know what we know now. You know what I mean? the Curry and I remember Steph Curry. They use these light patterns to help him remember plays and like be able to see things. They use LeBron James has cryotherapy at his house. Dietitians. He has. I heard his in-house gym is rivaling that of like Lifetime Fitness. You know what I mean? Like he invested in his body, and to be fair, that is what every top-tier athlete should have done. True. But I'm saying, look at a Kobe and LeBron. I'm saying even in Kobe's era, the sports science wasn't as advanced as it is now. So I think that has benefited LeBron in a way, because if you give those same advantages and knowledge to Jordan, and he took advantage, how long could he have
You know what?
lasted?
That's a good argument, because he's the one that took me to cryo.
Yeah.
Right? Shout out Kim. Took me to cryo. And that made my body, like, I would be tight certain spots, right? Boom, and I feel loose, and we go, you know what I mean? So I never thought about that. That is a good point of view.
Don't forget the rule changes. The evolution of the game, where you can hack somebody, fight somebody, you know what I'm saying, get to the rack, get hit with a bow, and you still in the game, to now where you can't touch nobody. So, of course, somebody like LeBron, 260, coming in the lane,
he's going to get to the line a lot.
So imagine Jordan in today's era, who averaged 30 for his career, when he's getting bullied and elbowed in the face.
Beat the hell up.
He'd probably average 40.
And you know who else is like sneaky, got a lot of points up there, is KD.
Yeah, KD.
I was like, KD coming. KD.
Well, he thinks he's the greatest.
Right.
He thinks he's better than LeBron.
I mean, shoot.
You got to if you're the number two. Shit, if you knocking on the number one's door, I'd be thinking that too. And that's where I say my argument is like, that's where I was. Because again, even if you want to go back further, Pistol Pete is a guy you gotta look at. He was averaging crazy numbers with no 3-point line. You know what I mean?
Okay, and then we talk about the most dominant big of all time, and then people say Shaq.
Right.
I'm like, okay, what about Wilt?
Well,
he
Wilt,
averaged 50 and damn near 20.
Well, keep in mind this: he had a 100-point game that wasn't even filmed. That's why you only see him throwing the 100. It was no one filmed it. So,
but you got to think about the competition too,
right?
It was probably like only 8 NBA teams
still,
back
you gotta
then.
still, and then the people. If we really want to go number one, I've been looking at everybody. Kareem.
Oh,
well, yeah, of
Sure.
course.
He dominated everything.
Yeah.
Everything,
College, high school.
everything. High school, college, NBA. What do you want? He got you.
He got 6 rings, 6 MVPs.
Hey, and like people sleep on him. Like they'll say Bill Russell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, because of the amount of rings.
Kareem the love that he need to get. If I was Kareem, I'd be like, y'all got me messed up. For real. Like y'all got to say my name in something.
I feel like he's just like, whatever. I did my thing. I'm legit. I know it. Sure. So
he was a bucket, and he made a shot. He made his own hook shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He made up
he
something
innovated the game.
You know what I mean? So I just think that's a tough question.
And again, that's what I just say. I believe
so let's
in the
do top
argument.
5. Let's do top 5 then. Who's your top 5?
We'll do that next time.
Oh, man, who's your top 5, bro?
No, I'm not. No.
It's a quick 5. I can tell you mine fast.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me your top 5.
At the 1, we're going to put LeBron at the 1.
Okay.
At the 2, we're going to put Kobe. At the
Talking
3,
to the mic. At
the 3, we're going to put Michael Jordan at the 3.
Okay.
At the 4, we're going to go Kareem. At the 5, sorry, Wilt, we got to go with Shaq. That's my 5 right there.
All right, that's a good 5. We should do that every NBA.
And then coming off the bench,
who's your top 5?
We got Steph Curry coming off the bench.
Oh, he going whole roster.
Now he's going whole roster.
KD coming off the bench.
Okay.
Larry Bird, Magic. You ready for this one? I'm gonna hit you with a hurt. Karl Malone. You ain't see it coming, did you?
No, I didn't. I was gonna think you at least said Olajuwon or something, but okay.
Nope.
Right. Fair enough. All right. Well, I wanted to talk about your open runs. You've been doing open runs now for a while. Obviously did one here, and you just do them all over, and I like that. You know, for me, I'm a big fan of just letting the kids go out and play, because I believe sometimes with AAU kids are overcoached, right? So I do like that. You know, you just get out there and play some ball, and then of course, you know, us being trainers and still having a little gas in the tank, and you guys have way more than me, but it's fun to just get out there and show them like, we can still do this shit a little bit, like, you know. So where's your home? I just wanted you to speak on that, like, where's your home base right now, and you know, how consistent do you want to keep that going?
Right now we in Elk Grove. We're in Elk Grove, hidden location. Can't put that out there.
Okay.
But man, like I told you guys before, I did open runs when I was a kid.
Right.
My parents can attest. Had everybody at the house. I thought it was the dopest thing to have one court on one side of the street. Now the street's kind of small. Have the other court there.
Yeah.
When I had that popping, we used to have people there. So it just kind of kept going. It never stopped.
Right.
And then we went to Cal Fit, and then all of a sudden, like time goes on, then I meet Mark and them. And then when COVID happened, you know what I mean, then we found a gym. You know, I don't know if I want to put that out there, but then, you know, we was at the gym, boom, and it went from it was like 40 people. I was like, oh, that's cool. It was like 50 people. And I was like, damn, okay, we got all 5 courts going. That's cool. There was like 60. I'm like, you can't get it. It was like 70. I'm like, damn, this is a lot of people in the gym.
Could have sworn you had a day where you had 80.
Yeah,
Didn't you have
it was hella people. And I'm like, this is crazy, but it's good though. And, you know, we had some people there, let's just say, didn't like each other. And I just let both of them know, hey, look, we ain't doing that here.
Yeah.
Y'all got to figure this out. This is not outside. You come here, we're playing basketball. So just keep everybody. I think it kind of helped everybody, you know what I mean?
Good.
Even though technically we weren't supposed to be doing it, I wanted to keep everybody, you know, on track. Because I was like, man, look, there's no way. Because when it first, it kind of hit everybody out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, I got to go hoop. I can't just be
It's
in the
hard.
house.
It's hard to not live life.
You know what I mean?
And especially for basketball players, athletes in general. It's hard for us to just not do anything.
So, yeah, and then we got the gyms going, and I met more and more people, and then it just kept building, right? So, next summer, if hopefully this all clears up, I want to do that and just give shirts away from there again.
That'd
you
be
know
cool.
what I mean?
That'd be
Just
really cool.
Give another 100 shirts away, boom, to everybody.
That'd be really cool.
Just keep it building, keep it going, and keep hitting you guys. I hit y'all. I hit everybody.
Yeah, well, you know, me and Mark are supporting.
And then I got the little kid open run that was going too.
Yeah,
I had
I
like
remember.
50 kids with them
Yeah.
going. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Royals, NorCal Wolves. YBA was in there. You guys were in there. Everybody was, man, it's just, I think kids just want to play.
Yes.
I think sometimes, you know, when you got coach like Collins, you know what I mean? You don't want to hear him all the time. You just want to go out there with your friends. And think about it. If you really think about it, they don't go out and play like that.
They don't.
So when we first did it, like some of the kids like, we don't got to run and play. I'm like, no,
play. Just play basketball. They
you know what I
ask
mean?
you. Yeah.
So once they get going, they're like, oh, this is fun. And then I'd be like, okay, you bring your team. And then you bring your team. So now we had teams going.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, it was
so,
great.
And then the kids would they love it. So Keegan been asking me, I got to get that back going. We got to get that back going. Hopefully we can get it here at the YBA or something, get it going.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely down for that. With we were talking about it earlier. I want to circle back at that just to talk about that and our thoughts on it with the AAU rule, right? With things being extended, right? Remember with the now, so in case people are listening or watching, right? So because the 2021 class didn't necessarily get an AAU season, they're letting them extend the AAU season essentially and allowing those 2021 kids to play so colleges can take a look at them and obviously they can get their platform. But then the question becomes now, does it shift the rest of the AAU world? And what I mean by that is now you essentially have 18-year-olds that are allowed to play AAU basketball because basically it's 17 and under. Anybody 17 or under can play AAU basketball. Now you're allowing 18-year-olds to play.
They've been allowing.
Well, but legally, right? But now you have 18-year-olds that are now allowed to play. 18, some probably even 19-year-olds. Some places probably 20. Shit, you know, you got that's now. You know, it gives coaches kind of a gateway to say, like, to hold their kids back. Like, so for again, like I gave you guys the example. My 8th grade team is huge. I mean, I have some huge 8th graders. Their physical bodies are just super advanced, and it's a team of them, right? And so I could technically play them in a 7th grade bracket and get a bunch of trophies and medals and dominate and have them look good, but obviously that's not going to help them. That's why most of the time I play that team up as well, right? We played a freshman team and beat them by 40. Like, you know, that's what I've chosen to do. But the reality is there's a lot of AAU programs, there's a lot of coaches that are more concerned with the winning than the growth. So now it kind of gives them a green light to cheat. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, the rule, I didn't like the rule because now you're extending it so an 11-year-old can play 12U. Or no, 11-year-old, it depends on his birthday, can play 10U. Mm-hmm. And now it's going to mess things up now. It's just, I don't like it.
Yeah. And the bodies are different. I
Yeah.
mean, when especially if you look at people just don't want to acknowledge it, but it really is. I mean, if you look at a 6th grader, a 7th grader, an 8th
you
grader,
know.
the bodies, the movements are so
Yeah.
different. You know
Like,
what I'm
you'll
saying?
know automatically, like, you're like, oh, no, that kid older. This 6th grade, he in 8th. You can
Yeah.
just tell the way he moves.
Yeah. So
what I mean?
if you're around it long enough, you'll see it. On the other flip side of current events and things going on, colleges were at courtside this weekend, so I thought
seen
that was
that.
really
That was
cool.
dope.
That
That
was
was
really
dope.
cool. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
you were
shout
there.
out-
You
hey,
were there
man.
too, Mark. Well, you
Hey,
saw.
you know what?
Teams, man?
There. It was
they were in the
Cal,
building.
Cal Maritime was there.
Oh, no, I saw-
Menlo,
yeah. I
like
saw William
Menlo was there.
Jessup.
William Jessup, East Bay, Fresno State,
right.
like
I
they were
seen
there. Just
So, and I mean, I think they should have been here a long time. I mean, they should have been here.
Right,
Like,
I
why are
agree.
you not?
well, there's a lot of colleges out here. If you look at their rosters, they don't recruit a lot of Sac kids. Like that's why Brian Katz, the head coach at Sac State,
Yeah.
was catching a lot of shit because for years and years and years, his rosters were full of kids that were not from Sacramento.
Yeah, and then you know what too? If you look at that, my better cut you off. If you look
No,
at
you're
some of the
good.
players that came out, like Solomon Young, Iowa State, Phil, Illinois State, Marquise Chris went to Washington.
Yeah.
Then another cat went to Michigan.
Yeah.
Then you have Jordan Ford went to St. Mary's. You have Noah Blackwell went to Fresno, right? So the talent is here.
But Sac State don't get it.
Yeah,
Why
I
do you
don't-
think that is? Like, it
I
ain't
mean,
because they not.
But time out, they have had some hitters before.
Yeah.
I just think that they could have been even more elite. But I think maybe they kind of automatically know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, say if I'm trying to get Mark and I'm Sac State and freaking Stanford offered you, I don't think I should have a conversation with you, bro. You're going to Stanford.
right.
I would go to Stanford, right? So I think that's probably what's happening. But I don't know. But they definitely should recruit. I think UC Davis too. I think all these schools can be better locally. You know what I mean? William Jessup. Let's not sleep on the smaller schools.
The good part is, and we talked about it last episode, and Mark, I'm sure you see it even more and more yourself, is Northern California basketball is really becoming more and more on the forefront. You know what I mean? And maybe it's, like I said, maybe it's because of platforms like Simply Basketball and Insane Media, Ball is Life, all these different programs. But I do feel Northern California basketball is getting noticed. You know what I mean?
but
On a bigger scale.
I would say something too. That to me, if you believe you that guy and you're good, you got to go play the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Or the EYBL.
True.
If you guys think you're that good, go there. And if you can perform there, then you definitely gonna
Right.
get all the respects. These local tournaments are good for just keeping guys in
Yeah,
shape,
yeah, yeah.
engaged,
And
But
competitive.
if you think your team is that good, that's where you need to go.
Well, shit.
And
I'm
that's-
striving to do that with my 16U. My 16U is,
So wait, when you go out there,
claim.
hold on. What is
we
it? You got
because
the
we
platinum?
played those teams. Because we
Platinum?
played those teams.
You got the platinum, you got the
Yeah.
gold, and then what? Was there
silver.
silver?
Yeah.
So we gonna have them play the top.
Yeah, I want them at the top.
Oh,
I
shoot.
want my 16U at the
Hey,
top.
we need to go out there then.
But
I want to see it.
but I don't have Nike saying, hey, we're going to sponsor you. So I'm not going to ask my parents to pay like $20,000 for
Okay,
some.
but hold on. But that's where I get confused. So they go. So AU already costs. Let's not get it wrong. AU costs money, whatever the price is, whatever the price point. But if you want to go, if you you know what I mean, if you want to
Yeah.
get that look, you have to go to the EYBL.
Absolutely.
Because when you or the Adidas, because we went to Adidas when we were walking by Coach K, Roy Williams. You know what I mean. The list go on and on. So you're gonna see those coaches there.
Yeah. No, I know. I've been
So
there.
I don't understand when they be like, it's expensive. I'd be like, well, you're paying for the wrongs. Then save up your money then. Save whole June and July and get ready to go.
Well,
'Cause
yeah, no,
those are the tournaments.
You're investing in your kid, but then you have to gauge as a coach, and the reality is, okay, how many of my kids are really D1? How many of my kids are?
I think some kids got to see it.
Well,
Man.
I do. Again,
'Cause you could do it. You could do a little video here and
Yeah.
then think, oh, I'm that guy. When really,
No,
you're
you're
cool. You're cool. You're a good player.
True that.
But you go to that gauntlet and you're gonna run into them Zions and them Kyries and them, you know what I mean, them hitters, and that's what you got to adjust and see where your game is.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of kids out here need to see that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
my 16U, I think, they're the flagship program of YBA. People look at them as like the top program. My 17U is still a very strong group as well. I think I have one, maybe two kids that'll be like potential D1s, but most of my kids, even on that 17, are going to be like Division III, Division II, maybe a few NAIAs, but they're all going to play collegiate basketball. That's a great part. I can look at both those groups of high school teams and say they're all going to play college basketball. Now, level, that's all determined. Like Milo, my big that played that day, he did overall good all 3 games. He did solid. And
was that the one who had that little bang out? I remember.
Yeah. Milo did, and he while I was playing, because the coaches that were there know me, the coach from Menlo and Cal Maritime and Jessup all were texting me about him. They were like, "Hey, who's this kid? Like, who's your kid number?" I can't remember Milo's number. They were like, "Man, he's good." And the great part about Milo is he has a 4.4 GPA. Yeah. He's in Nevada Union with a 4.4 GPA. A kid like that, I can get him to any D3 he wants to go to.
But see, the next goal for me, too, is getting some of these kids to go to William Jessup, go to Menlo, go to Cal Maritime, go to Simpson, go to these smaller schools and go see, because not everybody's going to go D1, man. And some of these kids, like, that should be, like, he might not know. That can be it, though. You know what I mean? Those can be those last 3 that just not saying he's not talented enough, but those can be, like, he might not get another look like that.
Right.
So you got to take that William Jessup offer. You got to. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes kids be like, I'd rather just go to school. I'm like, no, bro, take that scholarship and go. Because you're going to play D1.
True.
You're going to play some D2.
Yeah. You get your opportunities, that's for sure. I wanted to talk respectfully disrespectful. That's the segment we love, where we talk a little bit of shit and just get some outlooks on things. One thing I laugh about and what you say a lot, you say, you be like, hey, man, if y'all got problems, get in the boxing ring and, go handle that and, go a round or 2 and, let that shit out. Do you think that's something we should encourage more with some of these trainers and coaches and shit? Even some of these kids, I feel like, need to get in the damn ring.
At first, I was like, we got to be positive. We gotta respect each other, and we still do. But I do feel, I think maybe some people, because my
like an ass whooping might help some things.
Have you? I don't know if you boxed before.
Well, yeah.
Have you boxed before at all?
No.
I took
Except for that one time when I went with you. Yeah.
But it lets it out. I know what you mean.
No, you might be mad at that person, right? After y'all square off and throw your punches and whatever happens,
it all dissipates.
After you guys, for some reason, after you talk, it's like a respectful thing. And like, I don't know if you guys watch boxing, but Terrence Crawford just fought Kelly Brook, and Terrence Crawford hit him, boom. Right after the fight, man, it was all respect and love. You know what I mean?
That's why you see boxers hug at the end of the game. I mean, when I was heavy into boxing until I was about 15 years old, right? I did junior Golden Gloves, all that shit. I'm from 8 to 15. But no, that's why they say it's a gentleman's sport. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's a brutality to it all. But when it's over, you know what I mean? You find respect for that person, because at the end of the day, that's another human being that you look at like, man, he went toe to toe with me for a couple minutes and it is what it is, and it's over. So
I think, too, some people are not built to do it. You know what I mean? Because if you haven't boxed before, you get in there, it's not gonna go. You're not gonna know what's gonna happen.
People's ideal of what they see on the outside, and in there.
So I just think, just treat people respectfully. You don't got to get to that point though. At the same time, I play 50-50, but whatever 50 side you want. If you on that side of the 50, then go to the boxing gym. If you really don't like that person and you feel like he took some of your kids for the program and you feel some type of way, get to the boxing gym, invite me, I'll be the referee. Ding, let's go. Are you ready to rumble?
Yeah. What about you, Mark? You think some things could be handled in the ring?
I mean,
or some people might say MMA too. I mean,
man, man, that should be
different.
Don't get soft on us now, light skin.
I'm not soft, but I'm not I'm old school. I watch MMA, but I'm not a huge fan because
some people be like, well, I can't box. I could wrestle.
But I don't want you wrestling me. I don't want you touching me. It always reminds me of like that movie. I don't know if y'all saw the Ladies Man.
Yeah.
When that dude was like, let's put some baby oil on and wrestle. I'm like, nah, don't touch me like that. Like, I was like, don't do that to me. That's what it reminds me of. I'm sorry.
That movie was hecka funny.
I feel like the whole idea of, the whole, box is not just for, beefs with the trainers, but shoot, like, a lot of people are getting killed, man, just, getting shot and over stupid stuff. If anything, that's where that needs to go is in, all right, box, just like Friday. What did Pop say? You know what I'm saying? Friday, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
you win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another
day, Craig.
Another day.
Exactly. So I feel like if anything, especially in our communities, and like I said, I'm always world stars, always another rapper who getting shot, you know what I'm saying, over stupid shit, or even hearing just in the community. Like since I've moved out here, you know what I'm saying, I've just seen a lot of gang violence out here in Sacramento and things like that. And if there's anything about trying to squash something in the boxing gym, I feel like it starts with stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, put your guns away, bring the gloves out.
No, for real, to attest to that, a lot of rappers are dying.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's kind of sad because you see these guys with a lot of potential to
young guys
I mean?
too, very young. Yeah. And
sometimes I understand some people are like, well, they rap about what they talking about, you know what I mean? But at the same time, they're telling stories. And then some of them this is their basketball way. You know what I mean? This is their way of being whatever they're trying to be. I just wish, I think a lot of rappers got to relocate too. Get out their neighborhood. Yeah. Stop staying where you're at. People are just going to be envy of you anyway. And then that energy you put out, if you put that bad energy out, you got to, start getting some bodyguards around you, man. That's just my opinion. But, yeah, definitely agree with Mark.
And then the only other thing was and we were joking about it earlier, so I just thought it would be a funny thing to talk about. Just handling situations when parents speak bad about trainers and coaches, and because I know you've experienced that with me, which is fine. Because, again, like I said, there's people who hate me and love me, and I live with that. And, there's
players that hate me too, man.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like when you're faced with those moments, how do you guys think or adjust to those things? I'm, for the most part, I just listen and go, okay, and I laugh about it. So I'm just curious what you guys thought.
I'm a listen until, I'm a listen and hear you out, but then I'm like, then you're gonna end up talking about me because nobody's perfect. Everybody has their flaws. Everybody's gonna mess up. No one's perfect. So that's how I see it. And they're gonna talk about me next.
What about you, Mark? You pretty laid back. I feel like everybody chill.
I haven't experienced that yet. No parents or anything coming at me crazy. So I haven't really experienced that. I'm prepared though, but I haven't experienced that yet. So
I'm telling you, when GGT gets bigger and bigger, people, that's when you're gonna be like, fuck that guy. Watch this. I'm telling you, man, it's funny to me.
Hopefully not. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Before I do my Not a Good Fit segment, I just wanted to do a few shout-outs real quick. I wanted to do a shout-out for Coach Ferris. Your team did good this weekend. Again, my shout-outs are for those teams that I've kind of observed and just watching and doing good and just performing, in the weekend. Coach Ferris' 17U team, they balled out, man. A kid on there that I recruited, his name's Nanik. He's a junior. He's a junior now at San Juan High School. He dropped 50.
Damn.
And his team had, I want to say they had like 94 at the end of the game, and he dropped 50. To watch that, I was like, Jesus.
What team is this?
This is the my other 17U YBA team. So I have my 17U team, and Coach Ferris has his 17U team. This is one of the players I recruited for YBA. But Nonik's like a 6-foot guard, 6-foot-something guard, but he dropped like 50 points. I was like, damn. He did that on Friday. So shout out to you, Nonik.
And shout out to all the AAU programs keeping the kids going right now. Everybody. Shout out to everybody that's doing all the training. Everybody.
Absolutely. What's the team name? Mo Cali Royals. I wanted to give you guys a shout out. My 16U played their 16U team, and it was a really good competitive game. Even my 16U team won, but they were a good team. They fought really hard. You could tell they were coming out because we played them before and we beat them. This was I want to say this is our second time playing, and we beat them by like 15 or 20. But you could tell they planned for us. Like, you know what I mean? When a team is like prepping for you and stuff, they wanted to win. So I just wanted to give a shout out to you guys. You guys were good. And then another shout out to Capital Christian High School. They kicked my 17U team's ass. Last time we played them, we won. So you could tell they definitely wanted to beat us, and they made my 17U
I seen that game.
Yeah, you saw that shit.
They came out the first layup drill first.
Yeah, like they made us pay. They were like, oh, hell no. And but I know, Mike Lorente, he's now the head coach there, and he's
great coach.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's working hard. He's a good dude, good coach, working with those kids. So shout out to you Also, the 17U Arsenal team, I saw them play this weekend. I think it was Arsenal versus Lake Show. You know, and those are two both Adidas sponsored teams
I
and
seen
stuff.
that game. That was a good game.
I was like, okay.
I think Arsenal won.
Yeah, they won. Yeah, they kicked ass, bro. Like I was like, okay, so because a kid that I've seen and kind of talked to and coach, not necessarily coach, but just talk to and give advice from afar. He's a SAC kid, Cameron. What's his last name?
He plays at Del Campo.
Del Campo, yeah, the
he's
bouncy
pretty
kid, yeah. And he looked good out there. So, you know, shout out to you guys. Last two shout outs. I talked about some other media guys last week. I want to talk about media guys this week because they're doing their thing a lot, at least from what I see, is Joe Baines, J Baines Productions. He's out there like filming these open runs and doing his thing. And then there's MJ Productions. That's Maurice. They're out there doing their thing. So, you know, again, like I said, there's a lot of good videographers out there. Like, you know, we got one right here filming us right now.
Shout out One Real Shot.
Right. And then Mark's doing his thing. And again, it's just, for me, it's all good, like you said, with the trainers getting those people on that platform, right? Like just getting our kids the exposure, you know what I mean? Because the good, even though it's bad, but kind of good side of this whole COVID thing is because we're in this unique position at Placer, this area where the gyms are located, we're still been able to go. So we're the center of the basketball world right now, or pretty close, you know, in terms of North.
I mean, everybody's coming from everywhere.
Exactly. So it's like if there's a time to get noticed, it's now. You know what I mean?
It's true.
And, you know, going back to the camera, man, I think a lot of trainers are going to have to get to that, you know, recording and understanding film. Yeah. I actually love doing it. I love editing. And I love
you guys are better than me because I don't think I have enough hours in the day to squeeze that in my schedule. I'm good with enough. Like, I'll lean on you guys to do that shit. That's why I hire him to do my highlights or die or some shit. But no, I just want to give shout out to you guys and let you know, well, at least from me, I see the work you guys are out there doing, and shit, it's appreciated, man, because if the kids are getting noticed, that's what the fuck it's all about. Yeah, for real. Let's talk, hold on. Oops. Nope. There we go. Had to find the sound effect. So let's talk about not a good fit. That's a little segment where I talk a little bit of shit for a couple minutes and then we move on. So I heard a few comments about YBA in this AAU program, calling us the suburban team. We are the suburban white boy teams, and you know we just get lucky enough to be in this gym. This one coach said, "Don't."
At first, y'all were though. Just being honest.
That's true.
Y'all trying to turn around a little bit, but at first it was.
It was one coach was like, "We some niggas from the hood," and all that. Yeah, he said that to his team, talking about because he wanted to be YBA. He said, "We some real niggas from the hood. How we gonna let these white boys beat us?" And keep in mind, it's against like one of our teams with a lot of black kids, so that was interesting. Wow. But you know, for those who think of YBA as just the suburban program, no, we're just located in the suburbs. All right, like the reality is we're open to everybody and anybody, no matter what your socioeconomic status is. I mean, yes, there's a little more. I shouldn't say a little more, a lot more color since I've become a part of YBA, and everybody's noticed that we jokingly call him YBA BC, which is YBA before Chris. So, you know, like we all understand like there has been some shifts to the culture of YBA. However, let me make this very clear. If it's not a good fit for you because of our location, if it's not a good fit for you because, yes, we might have predominantly Caucasian kids, then maybe it's just not a good fit. But that has no precedence on any kid, no matter where you're from, walking through that door and getting better at basketball. So I just wanted to clear that up. If it's not a good fit for you, I completely understand. But we are who we are, and that ain't changing. So.
Preach.
Man, he made that a little personal. Yeah. I mean, y'all might need to go to the boxing gym or something. God damn.
I'm co-director. I'm co-director of YBA. Hey, that's to my heart.
I coach the Royals. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just calling people out like, hey, if you got a problem with us because we are mostly black team, you can come see us and ain't nothing gonna change. Hit the beat for me. Hey, you was messing with the buttons and everything.
You like that, huh?
Buttons together?
Yeah, I do. I couldn't remember which one it was. Shit.
I was weak. I said, oh wait, they got real. Somebody might be outside right now.
Oh
okay?
shit.
About that life. It's about that life.
Exactly. Well, I definitely want to thank you, Marcus, for being on the show. We appreciate you. Love you, little bro. And you know, we obviously we love talking shit on this show, and I think today was a good episode. We're here on episode 12. Like, damn, we still doing this, man. Ty's doing his thing with the camera work. Really, really appreciate him. My mom really appreciates
He got some real cameras over there.
Yeah, exactly. He's doing
Shout out to Ty.
Ty works hard, man. And again, all these links will be in the description. You know, me and Mark want to keep this going. Mark, you got anything to add?
Nah, man, just happy Marcus got on the show. I know this probably won't be the last time, so
Nah,
I'm coming back for sure.
He'll be a recurring
I'm
guest.
coming back.
Nah, again, Marcus, love everything you're doing, man.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Keep doing that shit. Strive above others. All his links will be in the description as well if you want to stalk this man. You know, he has like almost 10,000 followers, so he's almost borderline famous. You're going to get that check mark soon.
I'm not
You're going to get that blue check mark soon, bro.
I'm not getting the check mark.
He's getting on that status pretty soon. But nah, he's doing great stuff in the basketball community. I highly recommend you follow this man and see the work he's doing, because you know, he really is out there for everybody, for every kid, to help every kid get their dream and get their opportunity, right? So, you know, if that's something you can vibe with, I totally suggest.
No, we not done, but he got this Bethany jersey up here. Number
I knew he
10,
wasn't going to let that
raggedy.
go.
And I don't know, like,
don't
and
hate on
Mark
my
looked like
jersey.
he got blocked in the picture, okay?
stop it. That's
That
and
dude
one.
looked like he got
That's
blocked.
and one.
He got blocked.
I'm trying to understand the ball. I said,
Don't,
damn.
don't, man.
I said, Bethany who?
Hey,
Is that a
look.
girls' school? Wait a minute, Jesus. He played for the All. We got your waterman in the building. We got your waterman in the building.
Hey, look, don't hate on my Bethany career, okay? That's actually where I got this goddamn
Hey,
tooth knocked.
it's so
I got
crazy.
this tooth knocked out
Hey,
in Bethany.
I got
Fucking
them both
hate that
friends,
shit.
and they both got 3 braids now. We got 2
yeah.
braids and
Stop
3
it.
braids.
Stop
This is
it.
crazy.
Tell him take that hat off.
got matching-
Tell him take that
Put
goddamn hat
a
off.
zoom. Put a zoom on the
They
hat.
got matching tattoos. What is going on in here? Lord Jesus. The only thing y'all got right is the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? You got to get that fixed because we 2020
Yes,
champs.
sir. Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
God is
sir.
good.
Well, like I said, thank you for our listeners, and we are out.